How many of you are filmmakers? Okay. How many of you aren't sure you're filmmakers? Okay. How many of you are musicians? Right. Oh, excellent. Let's say there is a song that you've heard on the radio that you really, really like. One of my favorite songs, which will show my age a little bit, was a song written by Dolly Parton, but it was performed by Whitney Houston, and it was called I Will Always Love You. So let's say you're shooting a film, and it can be a student film, an independent film, a short, a feature. The film itself doesn't matter. Let's say you have fallen in love with that song. You love the way Whitney's voice sounds, you love the lyrics, and you want to incorporate either some or all of that song into your piece, into your visual piece. You have to get permission in order to do that, because someone owns the copyrights in the song. So the first person you go to is the person who wrote the song. That would be Dolly Parton and her publishing company, because very often songwriters are associated with publishers. So I think Dolly has her own publishing company. You would go to Dolly's publisher. Where's my red marker? You go to the publisher. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask the publisher and or the songwriter for permission to synchronize their song with your images, which is basically just to combine the two. Because when the song was written, there were no images attached to it. Once you attach images to a song, you actually change the nature of the song. And under copyright, it's very important that you get permission before you change the nature of someone's song. Because it's a beautiful, beautiful love song. You know, I Will Always Love You. Depending on the images that you attach to that song, you can totally change the meaning of the song. Only the songwriter has the right to do that. Only the songwriter has the right to do that. So you're going to go to someone called the publisher, the songwriter represented by the publisher, and you're going to ask them for a synchronization license. You're going to ask them for a synchronization license. I'm going to tell you what the terms of that license should be in a moment. Let's say that the publisher says, yes, you may use the song in your film. Question is, can you use the song in your film, yes or no? The answer is no. No, you can't. Well, Dolly Parton said we could. True, but the recording of the song, which was made by Whitney Houston, is actually owned by somebody else. So Dolly owns, if I could draw, this would be those are musical notes. That would be the sheet music, the composition, the song itself. Someone else owns, that's a CD, the recording. I better do this. CD. Music. Okay. Lyrics. Someone else owns the recording of the song. In order to use Whitney Houston singing Dolly Parton's song, you have to get not only Dolly's permission, but Whitney's record company permission. And you'll go to the record company and you'll ask them for something called a master use license. Meaning we want permission to use the master recording of the song. Now, there's a little trick that can take place. Let's say you've fallen in love with Dolly's song. Dolly says yes. But then when you go to the record label to ask to use Whitney Houston's version of the song, they say no. They say no. Or it's cost prohibitive, which unfortunately, when you're dealing with record labels, unfortunately it's going to be. Right? What, can you do anything with this? The answer is yes. You have the right to use the song, the music and the lyrics. What you could do is make your own recording of the song. But you still got to get permission from Dolly to use the song. But you can actually make your own recording, hire your own musicians, hire your own singers, make your own reproduction of the song based on the license you got from Dolly. But that's not what you want. What you want is Whitney Houston singing the song. So you'll have to go to the record label and get something called a master use license. This is why the licensing process can be somewhat confused, because most people don't recognize that you have to get permission from both parties in order to use the recording. You have to get permission from both parties. Are there any questions? Any others? You guys are great. All right, thank you very much.